It's, are you sure it's yep. Hello. It's doing something. There we are. Hello. How are we today? I'm sorry, I'm a few minutes late. I lost track of time. I did. I lost track of time. How are we? Are we well? Hello, Ace. I see you were waiting there for a while. And Kirsty, welcome in. Welcome in. Just having a look and see who we've got in chat. Kirsty and Ace. Grant's Faithfuls, welcome in. Sharon, hello, my love. Jason from Okies Eden, welcome in. How are we all? Did you all have a good day? Well, Sharon's in Melbourne, so I suppose it's more like, did you have a good evening? But everyone else is in the Northern Hemisphere. So, I had a good evening. It was a bit cold. It was our first cold autumn day and our first cold autumn evening. So I had to get the fire going. Not the big fire, I got the stove going in the kitchen here because it's one big open room, so it helps to keep it a little bit warmer. Mike's Adventures, welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope we're all good here. Well, welcome to our, what is it, our fifth around the kitchen table Saturday. Although we've had a few extras this week, haven't we, with the weather being what it was. Now let me get these cupcakes out. I didn't do a live yesterday. I know I asked if anyone wanted to see me actually baking the cakes, and I didn't think that people were all that interested, if I'm honest. I did vanilla, which in hindsight was probably a little bit of a mistake in some regards. Chicken's Uncle Bob, welcome in. So lovely to have you here. Thank you everyone for being here. If you could give it a thumbs up though, I would really appreciate it. So yeah, I made vanilla cupcakes, and in hindsight I probably shouldn't have done that. The reason I went with vanilla was because I thought with Easter coming up, we're going to be eating so much chocolate, and I thought, I just don't know if I'm in the mood for chocolate cupcakes. So I went with vanilla. But in hindsight, looking at photos of the cupcakes that I've done in previous years, I've always done chocolate, and when you think about it, it's actually quite logical. We're going to have our cupcake, and then we're going to pipe grass onto it, have bunnies, have little veggies scattered around, and if any of the surface of the cupcake is still visible under your piping, well, if it's a chocolate cupcake, it just looks like dirt, doesn't it? But I haven't done chocolate. So it just means I'm going to have to be extra vigilant with my piping. But yeah, look, if you're making them and you're worried about a bit of the cake showing through your piping, then make it chocolate, because at least chocolate will look like the soil under the grass. See? There is some logic in it. Who else have we got in? Nicholas Squallow. Oh, I know. This is my favourite one, Nicholas. The red one I was wearing the other day is my next favourite one, but it's very, the red ones have got a very fine weave, a very fine knit to it, and it catches on things. Whereas this one's a bit more durable. And I must say, cat friendly. So yes. Joy, welcome in, Joy. I love it too. I love it too. Well, my friends, I was going to be a little bit more organised this morning. More organised than I am anyway. And I mean, I got up at 6. I always get up at 6, give or take. But by the time I'd sort of brought in some wood and got the stove cranking again and had my first cup of coffee for the day and things like that, what I haven't done is actually prepare the buttercream. So, woohoo! You get to watch me do it now. So, we're going to start with 180 grams of softened butter, which is going to go plop into there. Let me have a look what I need. All right. So we're going to plop the butter into the mixer. Put that there, put that there, put those there. And then I am going to need fudge. That's such a, I know, you're a very nice cat. All right. We are going to need 360 grams of icing sugar. So zero out the scales. This is my own homemade icing sugar. So I just buy normal white granulated sugar in bulk because white granulated sugar is cheaper and it's easier to buy in bulk too. And then what I do is I turn some of it into caster sugar and then some of it into icing sugar. So this is icing sugar that I've made out of normal white granulated sugar. Mind you, I made it like about 6 months ago. We're going to need a lot. Now I am making it in a larger quantity than I normally would because what I didn't want was to be like 3/4 of the way through and then run out of icing sugar. Actually, can you even see me doing it? I'll move over here. There. I'm just looking. I don't know how well you can see. If I move over here, there you go. You can sort of see what I'm doing. All right, so we're almost there. We're almost at 360, 332, 351. Yeah, put too much in now. Take it out. Take it out. Yeah, 360. All right, so now we put that there. And I'll come back in and see what the chat is saying. What have we got here? It's jumper time in Melbourne, says Nicholas. Yes, I'm sure it is too. Brooke Trout, welcome in, Brooke Trout. Brooke Trout says, hello from Southwest Florida. Welcome in. Uncle Bob says, this reminds me of my grandma so much. She would make divinity nest dye coconut green for the grass and make homemade peeps for the nest. That sounds awesome. Everyone's saying hello to Brooke Trout. Joy is saying hello to everyone. Chickens, Uncle Bob, free weekend started yet? Well, it is the weekend. It's Saturday morning here. It is 9:45 in the morning. So, yes, indeed, the weekend has started for me and probably for you guys too, because those of you in the Northern Hemisphere, it's sort of your Friday night now, yes? All righty. What's icing sugar? Yeah, powdered sugar. Yes, that I use to make icing for decorating the cakes. So the type of powdered sugar that you would do piping with. All right, so we've got our butter in here, and we'll toss in our 360 grams of icing sugar or powdered sugar. Now, how many of you make make buttercream? Because I want to know, when you make it, do you use water or milk when you mix it up? I've always used water. Well, I haven't always used water. Some recipes say use water. Some recipes say to use milk. It sort of depends a little bit on my mood at the time, I'll be honest. Hello, Pepper. The black cat Pepper is here at my feet. Whenever I'm in the kitchen, she spends the bulk of her time right at your feet because she's hoping that some sort of food or beverage is going to drop onto the floor and she can sort of like lick it up. And hi, Susan. Hello, Joshua. Welcome in. It's always been water for you. Yeah. Well, I've always used water too. Oh. All right. All right. The water is in. Look at this kettle. Isn't it such an awesome kettle? Cast iron. All right. Oh, come on. I didn't take that much water out of it. Yes. There we go. There we go. So, that is the beater that I'm going to be using. Hope I don't regret that decision later. Done. Okay. And then we're going to put this here. That there. And we're off. So lift that up for just a moment. I'm going to wipe down the sides of the bowl because there is some sugar still on the sides of the bowl there. All right. Radio. Let me catch up here with everyone. Joy says it's Friday evening here in Kansas City. A freeze night tonight. I hope it's the last one of the season. Joshua says hello to everyone in the chat and to me too. Kirsty has a lovely voice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I love my KitchenAid stuff. They make good appliances. I'm not as excited about the KitchenAid food processor, which is also a reason why I never got one. But the mixer, the KitchenAid mixer, absolutely awesome. Alrighty, so this is going to be for grass. Give it another bit of a mix. But it's looking nice and oh wow, I do love buttercream. I think it's my favorite. I mean, chocolate ganache, doing a cake with chocolate ganache, that's pretty awesome too. But technically, I suppose ganache isn't really icing. All right, so we are using the let's try that again. Americolor Forest Green. And I'm going to do one single drop, and then we'll see how the colour looks. Didn't do much at all, really, if I'm honest. Now, what I can do is I might knock this through the beaters because I don't want to waste much. But what I'll do is I'll take the mixing bowl, out of, if I can get all this icing sugar out. Come on. You two, out you come. Out you come. All right. Because I want to show you the colour as it develops. So I'll put that bowl back under there so it catches any drips. So we'll mix it by hand so you can see, hopefully see at least. I don't know if you can. So it's the palest of greens now. Yeah, you can sort of see it's not looking very green though. And admittedly with the light, there is a bit of a glare. But I think what we'll do is we will get some more of this. And to it, we will add one more dollop. I don't know if you can see the dollop up there. There's a bit of a lag, so I show it to you and then I've got to hold it here. But hopefully you saw it. Yep, there it is. Okay, so let's mix it up. Now it's looking more green. But I still think we can use a little bit more, so I'll do another one. As I say, it's, oh, should I do one more? Hope I don't regret that. All right, so at this point we've got 4 drops of the forest green gel food colouring in here. Certainly nice and creamy. I mean, it literally is like stirring whipped cream, like normal whipped cream. Still too pale. It's a beautiful mint green now. So I might go another 2. So I've already done 4, so this is 6. Because it's got to look like grass, folks. What are we all chatting about here? Let me have a quick look. I wonder where Sophie is. Joyce saying, in general, would you say you have the same brands as in the States? KitchenAid is big here, and Maytag. You used to be able to buy almost anything at Sears store. Well, you see, we don't have Sears over here. But yeah, look, pretty much. I mean, we've got the best of both worlds here in that almost everything that's available in the States you can get here, but also a lot of things that are available in the UK you can also get here. I still don't like the colour. Are you able to see that? It is certainly green. It's just not green enough. All right, so 6. We've got 6. Are we up to 6? I think we were up to 6. All right, that's 7, 8. Oh, what the hell? 9, 10. Right, 10. Drops. So yeah, KitchenAid is very big over here. Maytag is too, and like my fridge, my poor old fridge, which is just in the pantry over there, the one that died a few weeks ago, that was a Maytag. And look, it's almost 30. It'll be about 30 years old. So it's done very well, but yeah, this is going to be a lot of food colouring. We're up to 12. I think I might leave it at this, regardless of how the colour looks. I think 12 is probably my limit. What happened to what? Happy Friday, Lala. Welcome in, Lala. Good to see you here. Yes, happy Friday to you, and happy Friday to everyone who's in the Northern Hemisphere. I hope you had a good evening and that you're going to have a good weekend. Joy says her day was good. Costco in Australia is not very good at all. There's not that many Costcos in Australia, to be honest. And I haven't been to a Costco. Oh, gee, it'll be over 10 years, Nicholas. When I lived and worked in Melbourne, I used to go into Costco occasionally. My boss where I worked would send me in like to pick up supplies. If there was a big office party or something like that going on, he'd send me in. So I got to have a little bit of a look around, and I was quite impressed with it. But then also I haven't seen what Costco is like in the Northern Hemisphere, so I don't have a point of comparison, I suppose. Green is good. Yeah, it's looking quite good now, I think. Don't know how well you can see that. It's still a little bit minty. I'm going to have to get some different lighting, aren't I, if I'm going to continue doing these indoor lives. What happened to the fridge? No, I don't think it's the compressor. All I know is that every time I attempt to plug it in, the entire electric switchboard goes splat very loudly and switches off everything in the house. So it did have a problem about 3 years ago, and there was a little part that had to be replaced. But when that part went, it didn't behave the way it behaves now. So I don't think it's the same problem. And look, I have trouble with it. The last few summers, it's sort of struggled a little bit. So I think it might be easier this time. Like I've repaired it a couple of times in the last 30 years. You know, it's certainly gone for longer than it probably should have done, but I think this time it's sort of time to sort of say goodbye to it and look at something else. All righty. Ace is happily putting up links to everyone. Everyone, please thank Ace. She's such a good girl. Thank you so much, Ace. High Plains Camper, welcome in. Are you still on holidays, High Plains Camper? And are you having a good time? Oh, what do I need? What do I need? What do I need? Okay. We can't get too distracted here. I need to put icing. So what I do, I have a cup. I put my nozzle. So this nozzle that I'm using, hopefully I've got it lined up. You can actually see it. It's got lots of little holes in it. Let me just see that you can, yep, you can see that. Okay. So this is a Wilton brand nozzle, number 233. I do have a fair few Wilton nozzles. I've got all of these, for instance, and then, you know, you've always, whoops, when you're not dropping them on the floor, you know, there's others that float around the place. I need a bigger box, really, is what I need, a bigger box for all my nozzles. Now, Joshua's saying we're in Arkansas. Oh, you love the colour? Thank you, Nicholas. I'm glad you like it. Oh, High Plains Camper, your vacation's over. I'm so sorry. That's no good. That's no good. Hope I haven't made this too. I might use a spoon. I'm going to use a spoon. So we're going to plop the icing into the piping bag. Did you enjoy your vacation though? I'm sure you did. Ah, Joy is saying, I have been to beautiful Arkansas, been to the Eureka Springs and the big hotel there. Nicholas says, we have Nigella Lawson in the homestead kitchen. All right. I'm going to drop a name here. I have met Nigella Lawson. She's a lovely lady. It was a very long time ago. But she was a lovely lady. Oh, she still is a lovely lady. I like Nigella. I don't drop names too often, but there you go. I'm dropping one. High Plains Campus says, absolutely. We went camping for a couple of nights to the Grand Canyon. Oh, wow. That would be awesome. I would like to go to the Grand Canyon one day. It's sort of on my list. I know everyone has a list of places they'd like to go to, and that is on my list. I'd also love to go to Antarctica and Alaska. Like, I would love to go to Alaska. And I want to see the Northern Lights. And I mean, look, we do sort of, you know, we have some lights in the Australian skyline, but nowhere near as spectacular as the ones that you get in the Northern Hemisphere. I don't think that's going to be enough. We'll just keep filling. We're going to keep filling. So yes, there are my my list of places to go to. Two nights in the Grand Canyon. Sensational. All right. We're getting there. And I mean, this isn't really a true tutorial in that you can't really see all that well what I'm doing. But as I sort of get into my, as I get into my groove with doing these Saturday lives, these cooking lives, I think they'll get better. I mean, the first few times I did my farm walk around, and that was like at the beginning of my lives, and I was first starting to do lives, but I felt so awkward. But I've really got into the groove with the farm walk around ones, and I think they do very well. But being inside in the kitchen still feels very strange to me in terms of doing a live. And I'm very much aware that the lighting isn't the best. And hang on, it might help if I actually get the cupcakes out. That the lighting isn't the best. And sometimes some of you say you can't hear me properly. Now, I saw a question there from Nicholas. So really, at the moment, you're just here keeping me company. And we're all sitting here having a nice, cozy start to our weekend in our nice, cozy kitchen, while we chat and make cupcakes. But let's see what everyone's got to say here. Try not to self-promote, but I put together an awesome video of the Grand Canyon for you. Okay, all right. I will watch that. I do love your videos. I love your videos. But that's okay because you love my videos, so it all works. But I look at some of the things that you do and I'm just like absolutely in awe. So there you go. No self-promotion there. That was me doing it for you. So we'll get those cupcakes out. Right there. I might put them on the lid of the box. Right. We'll just have a quick look. How's Joshua is asking Mike how your adventures are coming along. Nicholas wants to know how the new firewood is it's going really well, Nicholas. Once I finish with the cupcakes, because you can probably hear, I don't know if you can all hear the kettle is just very quietly murmuring in the background, and that's because the wood stove is going. So I'll show you all the wood stove once we've got the cakes done. I won't show you till then though, because if I move this camera, I'll probably be struggling to get it back into place. Hey, Louie, is Louie here? Trophy, enjoying the cooler weather, burning some of that new wood. Yes, Trophy, I am. The wood stove, I haven't lit the big log burner yet, or as we would call them in Australia, a canara. I haven't lit the canara yet. Let me just have a practice here in the bowl. Okay. How am I going to do this so you can see? So what we're going to do, because clearly I'm going to be going through a lot of... So here's a green plate. Actually, I won't use a green plate because it's a green plate. I'm going to use a white plate. The good old Maxwell Williams basics. So what we're going to do is we put our piping nozzle down and pull it up. So that's what it looks like. It probably is a little bit more liquidy than I would have liked. I would have liked it to stand up a little bit more, but it's going to look okay. I'm all right with that. So let's start. I hope I made enough buttercream. I suppose we'll find out soon, won't we? Around and around and around we go. Actually, it's not looking too bad. Once I've done this first one, I'll bring it over and I'll show you how it's looking. I think the buttercream could have been just a tad, been a tad firmer. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed the, I really actually enjoyed the cold night trophy. I didn't get my big log burner going, but that's because I have a wood stove as well, which I don't know if you've seen the wood stove. All right, so let me show you this first one. Now, can you see that? Does that look like grass? The camera's not really focusing. There you go. Yeah. What do you think, folks? Hey, Louie, I have met a YouTuber that was blind. Yes, you have. Joy is saying, I don't believe I have, Josh. However, I used to work with disabled adults, and I know that everyone is differently abled. That's true. Looks grassy to you, Joy? Ding. Oh. All right, well, that's good. I'm glad it looks grassy because we've got another 11 to go. If I move this back further, you can probably see a bit better, can't you? Is it better if I'm back here? I think it is actually starting to firm up a little bit as I'm using it. So Trophy, did you have your fire going last night? I know a lot of people in the district did. But no, the new firewood's working out well. I mean, I've still got some from last year, from last season, but I wanted to try out the new wood because, as you know, I'm debating getting a second delivery. So I wanted to see how good it was. But no, I've been very happy with it. No complaints. All right, let's see if we can do this a little bit quicker. I know some parts of the state, some parts of Victoria got snow last night, I believe. A friend of mine sent me some snow pictures that she had taken. All right, there's a little white patch. All right. We're getting there. Second one's done. How's the chat doing? 10:15 in Australia now, yes. 2.5 hours away, Joshua. 10:18 Saturday. So do you like baking, Nicholas? I know you once told me you had a lot of cookbooks. So you sound like you're a little bit of a foodie to me. So do you like to bake? I don't mind baking. I find it very therapeutic. But I'll be honest, I do think that piping like this is more therapeutic for me. It's fun. And sort of dig into your creative side as you see it all coming together. And you can just sort of wing it to a certain extent. It's sort of like the other day when we were making our fondant bunnies and carrots, and then I suddenly thought, hang on, let's make some apples. And then they ended up being tomatoes, you know. So you sort of, what you start out making and what you end up making isn't always the same thing. So put the nozzle down and pull it up, down and up. I might, I'm going to pop it back in here for a minute because as I'm using the buttercream, what happens, because I'm holding it, it's getting warm, and because it's getting warm, it's starting to come out more star-like now, which isn't what I'm after. Now, if I had a working fridge, which I don't at the moment, I would put the piping bag in the fridge to firm it up. So I might give it like a minute or two in the fridge, let it firm up a little bit, and then you keep going. But I don't have a fridge, so I can't do that. But I'll just let it sit there for a little bit, and hopefully it will cool down a bit because I guess my hands are a little bit warm too. Let's have a look. Nicholas Grollo says, I love baking. Yes, you are a foodie. I thought you were. Louis Fuller says, I don't know what it is that you can Google it or search for. Okay, so Louis Fuller's telling Joshua, I think, to Google something. Nicola says, I used to a lot more, but no more partner anymore, so I rarely bake now. Fair enough. Heart's Humble Homestead, that's Kirsty in the UK. I have heard of it. I have pots. Oh, my cousin in Leeds does also. Peter! Hello, Peter from Old Man King Homestead. How are you, my love? So wonderful to have you here. I'm doing cupcakes, but I was just letting, I think the buttercream was getting a little bit warm, so I was just giving it a moment. How are you, Peter? And Kirsty, I have to ask, is everything all right at your father's shop now? Have you got everything fixed up? Have you done all the repairs that had to be done? I mean, look, it was a horrible thing. It really was, Kirsty. I really felt for you. But, I mean, it could have been so much worse, though, couldn't it? I mean, they could have, I mean, they broke all the doors, but you're lucky they didn't go in and just smash up everything. And, I mean, kids today, well, here you go. I'm assuming it was kids. It may not have been, but, you know, a lot of people today, if they can't have something, they'll just destroy it so other people can't have it either. So it's a horrible thing. It makes you feel so violated when someone does that, comes into your property and does that. Yeah, it makes you feel so violated and it makes you feel unsafe. But at the same time, it could have been a lot worse. And that is something to be grateful for. Thank you, Joy. Yes, it is. Thank you. We all worked together and got it secured within a few hours, says Kirsty. Yes, it was a relief. We thought the worst at first as well. And you do. I mean, naturally, you're going to, aren't you? Oh, see, it's getting warm again already. I'm trying to do it one-handed, so I'm not touching the bag as much. You're lucky, Kirsty, that you know, you had your husband and your brother there to help your dad to get everything fixed up. Family is so important. I mean, family is always important. It's important when things are going well, and it's important when things aren't going well. It's nice to have that network around you of people that you can love and trust, and you know that they're there for you if ever you need them. And family isn't always biological either. I mean, I don't have a huge amount of biological family. Not in this country, at least. See, it's coming out all wrong again. Let me get... I got 2 done. I'll put that back in there for a moment. Let it cool down for a little bit. So we've got 5 done, 5 and a bit. Joy is saying, Peter, did you hear that Susan has 1,500 subs? Yes, I did, Peter. Woohoo! Yay to me and yay to you, because I wouldn't be here with 1,500 subs if you weren't all here supporting me. So we all support each other, and that's how it works. Peter says, I saw that, Joy. It is great. Kirsty said, my dad's shop was broken into. All the doors, gates and fences were smashed, but luckily nothing was stolen. No, Nicholas, Kirsty is in the UK. Nicholas says, I'm sorry to hear that. Joy is saying to Louis, I hope you've had any needed help as you grew up. I know programs and their therapies can vary quite a bit based on region. That is true. Kirsty is thanking Nicholas. Nicholas says probably young kids. I'd say so too, yeah. Leah Williams, welcome in. Enjoy decorating cupcakes. I am, yes. I'm just letting the buttercream cool down. Every time I do a couple of cakes, it starts to get a bit warm and then it stops coming out the nozzle in the way that I want. See, that's a bit better. Didn't take long. Now, I know a few of you have just come in. So what I'll do is when I finish this cupcake, I'll grab one out and put it closer to the camera so you can actually see how it's looking. Oh, these are going to be so yummy, folks. I've got to try not to touch the piping bag too much because I don't want to warm up the buttercream. All right, so we'll pop that in there, let it cool down, and I'll bring this one over. It's not a deep, deep green. I don't know how well you can see that. There you go. So we have done 2, 4, 6. We're halfway. Now once we've done these, we get to put all our little rabbits and carrots and tomatoes onto them. And that'll be fun. But you know what's going to be more fun is eating them. The first batch of these I did with chocolate cupcakes. And chocolate works well because if any of the cake shows through the buttercream, it just looks like soil. So it sort of adds that extra element of authenticity. Is authenticity the word I'm after? Maybe not. Realism. That's it. So it makes it look like the grass is growing up through the dirt, which is what tends to happen, isn't it? Alrighty. Next one's done. And I think you can all see. Thankfully, the wind has died away. The last sort of 24, 48 hours, it's been so windy here. And I think one of my Chinese elms in the driveway, like we've only just finished clearing one branch up last week. I've noticed that the tree, instead of having a nice rounded canopy to it, is now more like V-shaped. So I think it has got damaged in the wind and it hasn't snapped in half yet, but I suspect that the damage has been done and that in the next probably 24, 48 hours, that Chinese elm in the driveway is going to snap in half. And there's not really a lot I can do about that, unfortunately, except hope and pray that it doesn't. Oh, it's getting warm, this buttercream. But yeah, I'm really glad that the wind has died away. And we're just going to give that another minute to cool down again. Whoops. Who have we got here? Thank you, Joy. Yes, we are off to a good start. Brad Palmer is here. Happy weekend, Susan and friends. Good to see you. Good to see you too, Brad. Thank you so much for being here. Joy is saying hello to Brad. Brad is saying hello to Joy. Ace, of course, is putting up Brad's link. Thank you very much for that, Ace. Ace is so good at keeping up with everyone's links. Nicholas says Thursday night was awfully windy, had a tree through the window. Brad Palmer is saying, hi, Ace, good to see you. You were very lucky, Nicholas. Are you in an apartment where you are? Like, were you a few floors up? Oh, actually, if it was a tree, it could only be like second floor up, maybe, depending on how tall the tree is. I hope it wasn't too big a window. It's always annoying to have to replace a window. Was there any other damage apart from the window? Like, was there any damage inside, Nicholas? I can smell this buttercream. Oh, it smells buttery. It smells good. All right. We've got 3 to go, folks. And then we'll be able to start putting our other bits and pieces on. After I've done this cupcake, I'll put it down and let it cool off a bit again. And I'll catch up with the chat and I'll show you some of the bunnies and the carrots and our tomatoes that were supposed to be apples that we made the other day on Thursday. I think, yes, I've just got them behind me there on the sink, so all right, 2 more to go. Let me see it better on a plate. And I'll pick out a few carrots to show you. And then some bunny bottoms. Can you see those? I'll tip it a bit more, angle it a bit more. So you can see the little leaves on the carrots. Hopefully you can see them. So yeah, so that's what we're going to be decorating our cupcakes with little carrots and bunnies and tomatoes. Oh, I better check the chat. Brad Palmer is thanking Ace for the shout out. Thank you, Ace. It's my home in Melbourne. The apartment's in Brisbane. Okay, so it was your home in Melbourne that had the broken window, though, was it, Nicholas? I got it fixed, but the SES were cleaning up trees. Then the glazier arrived. Okay. I was like Dorothy in the wind and the rainstorm with the cardboard trying to stop the water coming in. Yeah, I bet. The blinds are stuffed, the carpet is ruined, but hey, it could be worse. I'm not complaining. Oh, Nicholas. Joy says, so cute. Thank you, Joy. Jay Sparky, welcome in, my love. Good to see you here. Thank you, Kirsty. They are adorable. Not everything I do with a piping bag and buttercream ends up being adorable, I'll be honest. But in this particular case, it's working out quite well. I wonder what I'll bake next. We've got Anzac Day coming up in April, so I'll probably make Anzac biscuits. Last year I did a video on the history of the Anzac biscuit. So it wasn't so much a video on Anzac Day. It was a video on the Anzac biscuit. For those of you that don't know, Anzac stands for Australian New Zealand Army Corps. That's what Anzac stands for. And it's a day in Australia, Anzac Day, where we commemorate and remember the sacrifices of those soldiers who went to war in World War I. And the Anzac biscuit, which is a very popular biscuit here in Australia and New Zealand and overseas. Like even in the UK, you can buy Anzac biscuits, I think. Tesco's sell them around Anzac time. But oh, look at this. I've got enough buttercream that I could actually do a second lot of cupcakes. So yes, last year I did this awesome video on the history of the Anzac biscuit. And it was so interesting. I mean, I love history. I love history. So that really sort of appealed to me, and being able to combine a video on history and baking was awesome. And I think from memory, as I was talking about the history of the Anzac biscuit, I actually made some. So that was going on at the same time. Oh, come on. All right. We're going to let it cool down. We've only got half a cupcake to go, but it needs to cool down. I've got hot hands. What can I say? Joy says, Nicholas, it's a good attitude to have, but sorry you had to deal with it. Nicholas says, no problems at all. I have a roof over my head and I'm grateful. Yeah. That's how you got to look at it sometimes, isn't it? Treacle, yes, I do. Or golden syrup, actually. No, I'm lying to you. I have done them with treacle, but I tend to use golden syrup. Now, let's see if we can get this last one done. We're almost there. But yeah, so Anzac Day is coming up in April. And so the whole point of my little spiel there about Anzac Day and the biscuits in the video that I did last year was that because I did do a video on it last year, I probably won't do a video on it this year, but I will probably do a live and make the biscuits again on a live. All right, our green grass is done. So that will be probably my next cooking adventure. So let's see if you can bring them over. Oh, I wish you could see them a bit better. How's that? I've got to say, looking at it, because I've got the computer behind my phone here, the colour is a deeper green than what I'm seeing on the screen. All right, so now I guess we start decorating. But I better come over here a bit more. I'll take that off. Oh, buttercream. Who licks the beaters? Or is it just me? So good. Oh, thank you, Nicholas. Nicholas is saying, I have Granny's recipe from England. Do you? Oh, yes. Nicholas says they look absolutely stunning. Thank you. Nicholas says, yum, now we will all get one. Thank you, Ace. They are cute. But they will be cuter in a minute. I'm so sorry. I can't help myself. I can't flush it all down the sink now, can I? All right, stop. At least I didn't lick it in front of you. And if the camera wasn't on me, I probably would. But that's just a step too far when you have company, isn't it? Oh, my hands are all oily now. Oh my goodness me, the water's so cold. Oh, it's starting to warm up a bit now. I don't know if Trophy is still in the chat. Where's the hand towel? Oh, yes, I don't know if Trophy is still in the chat, but up here in autumn and winter, the water gets very, very cold. It's like almost like washing your hands in iced water. You can be washing your hands and your hands are stinging from the cold. It's like, oh. All right. Can we see? Not totally. I'll put that there. And I'll put that there. I'll catch up and just see what the chat's doing. Don't forget to take a photo. Yeah, I will. Oh, I can't take a photo of it like this, although it would be good to get that stage in the progression, but I've only got the one phone and it's filming the live, so. Rushing Wind Mountain, welcome in, my love. It's so good to have you here. I was watching your atmospheric mountain view yesterday, watching the trees just slowly sway. And there was a bit of a breeze, but I will admit it was so windy here outside that it just sort of overshadowed a little bit. So the wind here yesterday was so loud. Ding. All right, first bunny goes on. Where should we put it? Shall we put the first bunny at the front or at the back or the left or the right or right in the middle? Who wants to tell me where we're going to place the first bunny? Just One Sue, welcome in. Yes, I have green grass on cupcakes. I've just finished piping it. We've mixed up some lovely buttercream. In the middle, says Nicholas. All right, so first bunny is going down, right slap bang in the middle. So that sort of makes sense a little bit more now, doesn't it? See, it looks like the bunny is like diving down into its burrow. At least I hope it does. That's the idea, at least. All right, and then I think we need to give him, he needs to have a carrot. So I'll put the carrot, or what do you reckon? Maybe to the right of said bunny. And then maybe we'll get a little itty bitty tomato. All right. Hopefully you can see that. I'll just keep holding it here just till I see that the camera has focused. Are you able to see that? I need to bring it in a bit closer maybe. Oh, there you go. That's better. What do you think? First one down. Does that look like something you could eat? It looks like something I could eat. Let me shut this blind. That might make things ever so slightly less glary. And then we get on to cupcake number 2. All right, we'll put this one at the back, I think. Plop him down there. Now we've got a bit more room here in the front, so I think we'll put a big carrot. There. And then one of our nice big juicy tomatoes. That we made on Thursday, one of our nice big juicy tomatoes. We'll plonk that down right there. And that's the second one done. Now I'm not going to show everyone right up to the camera like this, but what do you think? Yeah, they're looking good. They're looking good. All right, I'll put those there. Let me catch up with the chat. So Swan Sue is here. Jay Sparky says that's so cute. Sue is saying hello to Jay. Rushing Wind Mountain is saying hello to Just One Sue. Jay Sparky is saying hello to Just One Sue. Joy says the cupcakes are cute. Thank you. Jay says they're adorable. Thank you. Just One Sue says, I knew bunny butts were cute, but never imagined they'd be so tasty. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I do. Thank you. Nicholas Grollo says, well, it's too beautiful to eat. It's a piece of art. You know, I have made the odd cake where I've sort of made it and I thought, oh, I don't want to eat it now. I do have on the dining table over there a glass cake stand with a nice glass cover. I won't show it to you because it's a tiny bit dusty at the moment and it's a bit embarrassing. But sometimes I'll make things and I'll put them under there, and that way I can look at them and admire them for 24 hours before I eat them. And I know with the dome over it, it's safe from the cats, and it's incredible. You know, it's got a really good seal, this this cake stand, and with the dome. And I mean, it's a glass dome, so it's very heavy, but it keeps food just as fresh as my Tupperware cake box does. So I have no problems with putting food on display on the dining table. And some of these will probably go there as well, I suspect. Let me see. See you in a couple of hours, says Sharon. I'll bring coffee. See that you do. See that you do. And look, if you like my cupcakes, please give it a thumbs up. Please, I've only got 4 thumbs up. It'd be nice if I got just a few more, just a few more. I forgot. I know we talked about it. Do you make fruit cake? Yes, I have done. Hey, foraging and Durban farming. Hello. You better make me a cake. Hello, he says. Joshua says he just ate 2 burritos. Fruit cake. Yes, I do make fruit cake. My mum always made fruit cake for Christmas. And I wasn't the biggest fan of it. Like, I still have her recipe and I make it from time to time. I guess when I was a kid, you know, like when I was like 7, 8, I didn't really have the palate for a good, rich fruit cake. And like, my daughter isn't a massive fan, but there's this fruit cake that I make that has, as well as alcohol, it's got almost an entire block. And by a block, I don't mean like a little bar. I mean a block of 90% dark chocolate. And oh my goodness, is it good. So we'll probably make that at some point. It's the best recipe. And the chocolate is, it just gives it that little something. Like, you don't bite into it and go, oh my goodness, this has chocolate in it. It's not, even though there's quite a large quantity of it, and even though you can taste it, you don't necessarily bite into it and go, yep, there's chocolate in that. It just adds a different element to the cake. And a lot of people that do not like a standard fruit cake will have a slice of this fruit cake of mine and go, yeah, that I like, that I like. My daughter, when she was younger, and you know, her palate has developed, so she's better with fruit cake now, but a lot of little kids just don't like fruit cake. But my daughter and all her friends, they loved this fruit cake because it had that hint of chocolate to it. All right, I'll keep going, I'll keep going. We've got another carrot and another tomato. There we go. Oops, hang on. Better push that bunny bottom down or it'll fall off. We don't want him falling off, do we? There we go. Next one. So let's catch up with the chat. You know, foraging and Durban farming, if you wanted to come over here, I would make you a cupcake. Let's all hit the like button, chat. Thank you, says Nicholas. Oh, thank you, Nicholas. Ace is saying howdy from Arkansas. Do I soak the fruit in brandy? Yes, I have done. But not with the one that has the chocolate in. I don't soak that fruit in brandy. I've got like 2 or 3 different recipes that I use depending on my mood and depending on who's going to be eating them too. Like if I know kids are going to be eating it, then I will do the one that has the dark chocolate. If I know it's going to be all adults, well, sometimes I'll still do the one with the dark chocolate. I think it is my favorite one. I do have another one that I do, which I haven't made for a long time, actually. Let me get my purple book out, because the purple one is the desserts and the cakes. Let me find this other recipe. Oh, cheesecake. I've got to make another one of those. Cinnamon bread, hot cross, spruced up banana. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Apricot chutney. Fruit cake. Oh, yes. Okay. This other fruit cake that I do has a kilo of mixed fruit, 600 ml of buttermilk. Now, if any of you make your own butter, then buttermilk is a waste product from that process, which can be used in baking and pancakes and all sorts. So the other fruit cake I do, kilo of mixed fruit, 600 ml of buttermilk, honey, rice syrup and flour. And I soak the fruit in the buttermilk. Oh no, the cats are hungry. The cats are hungry. Pepper's starting to pace. It's half an hour past their feed time, and she knows it. And she's got up on the dining table and she's giving me evils. No, you jump over here. It will be the last thing you ever do. You stay there. You stay there. It wouldn't be really, you know. I do love her, even if she is food obsessed. You can tell the time by the cats, particularly by Pepper, because she knows to the minute if her food is late. Okay, Joshua, my cat is 28 years old. Oh, wow. That's awesome, Ace. Oh, no, sorry. Joshua, the cat is my 28-year-old son and his girlfriend. Okay, I misread that, Ace. I thought you had a 28-year-old cat. I was going to say that has to be the world record. I have heard of a cat. There was someone a few years ago and they had a cat and it was 23 years old. And I think that was the oldest cat that I had heard of. Oh, the buttermilk, says Nicholas. Let's see Pepper. I'll show Pepper to you later because I don't want to pick Pepper up while I'm doing this. So I will, just not right now. Also, Pepper has this, well, Pepper's got a few issues, if I'm perfectly honest. But she seems to be unable to retract her claws. So if you pick her up, she is going to get all 4 feet caught and stuck on everything. Now let's start with a bunny. We need a bunny. That is one very large carrot. That carrot is so big, it's actually bigger than the bunny. that doesn't matter really, does it? Does it? No, it doesn't matter. Okay, so last thing Nicholas Grollo said was, let's see, Pepper. Foraging and Durban said the last thing. Joy is laughing at Ace. Nicholas is laughing at me. See, my dogs won't let me be great in my life. Oh, okay. Animals get, yeah, the cats do too. Nicholas says mine was 21. My first dog got to 21. My first dog was a corgi, Shadow. Shadow lived to 21. And my next dog was a Doberman, and he lived to 18. The next dog was a Kelpie cross, and I actually had the Doberman and the Kelpie cross at the same time, and she lived to 18 as well. No, actually, I think she got to 19. And then Gaia, my Hungarian Vissla, was the last one, and yeah, she died rather unexpectedly about a year or so ago, and she was 17. And she was in perfect health. She'd only had a checkup that literally not even a week beforehand. And we were out on a walk in the driveway and she threw a blood clot. So it was very quick. But she hadn't been sick up until that point. And then it was like really healthy, out on a walk, and bang, gone. Right. One more done. And we've only got one more left, which is the first one. So we've got a few carrots left over. We've got 2 carrots left over. That's that. And then we do a little tomato and see a gap there in the icing. All right, that's the last one. We have made our cupcakes. Can you see? Can you see? Get my finger out the way. Hopefully you can. Oh, you get the idea anyway. I've shown you a few now. Wow. Like, wow, that's awesome. And look, I've got 2 carrots left. Yay! So I've got all this buttercream left over. So I've got all this, and we've still got a fair bit in there as well. So what I might do, so I'm going to put the rest of the buttercream into there. I'll catch up with the chat. Pepper is Kitty. Yes, Pepper. We've got 3 cats. The oldest one is a black cat called Pepper. And Pepper, she'd have to be getting close to 18, I reckon. She might be 18 this year. She was a stray. And so we don't know exactly her age. But I know we've had her at least 18 years. At least 18 years. So she could be 19 or 20. But Pepper has trouble eating. So I have to feed her every 2 hours. I used to just have a bowl of cat food out, and that way they could just eat and drink whenever they wanted. But Pepper seems to have no off button. So when you put cat food out, she'll just eat and eat and eat and eat and eat and gorge herself. And then she'll sort of, well, you know, she does what cats do best. And no sooner has she done that, she just goes straight back to eating, 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 and does it again, and does it again, and that just repeats. So she gets fed at 6:30, 10:30, 2:30, 6:30, 10:30. So every 4 hours, theoretically. Sorry, so good, I can't help myself. Yeah, every 4 hours, and I used to set an alarm so I wouldn't forget. But it's been years now I've been doing that, and oh, so good. And so Pepper knows now. They all do. But if I'm a little bit late, the other two cats, they don't care. They don't care. They know I'll feed them eventually. But with Pepper, if I'm like 1-2 minutes late and she's on to me saying, feed me now. So let me put these over here. How long will we be going? Okay. And if you like my cupcakes, please like the live. I would really appreciate it. I'll put that one there. Gosh, I wish I could take a photo. Okay. Ta-da! I think they look pretty awesome myself. Let's catch up with the chat. Oh, earrings. Yeah, I could hang them here. It would be rather funny, wouldn't it, Ace? Oh, are you going to bed, Joy? Thank you so much for being here, Joy. I really appreciate it. I hope you sleep well and that you have a lovely weekend. Joy saying happy weekend to everyone. Ah, okay. Yes, Disney Starlight is a lovely name. Thank you, Kirsty. Oh, Nicholas screenshotted it. I'll email it to you. Susan, you have 29 thumbs up. Oh, wow. That's awesome. It's saying 4 here on my end, so that's significantly better. I think my best for a Saturday, I think, is 32 likes. Whereas my Tuesday walk-arounds on the farm, I get a lot more people and a lot more likes. And that's okay. Different lives cover different topics, don't they? But I reckon we're going to have to try one, aren't we? But we're going to have a cup of coffee with it. I am, at least. So, and would it be rude of me to feed the cats? Let me see if I can turn this round. I don't actually know what you're going to be looking at, so let me just wait till it comes up on the screen. What are you seeing? What are you seeing? Okay, so you're seeing the wood stove. This is good. So and it's already boiling. Yeah. Can you see the glow? Isn't it wonderful? I think you can see that there, can't you? Yes, indeed you can. So that's the flue back there that I just adjusted. If you open the door and all the air goes into the firebox and it makes it smoke more. But if you've got the flue blocked, the smoke's got nowhere to go. So it can come back into the room. So if you're going to open the firebox, you open the flue, less smoke. But the most important thing is we're going to make I'm going to make me a cup of coffee. So I'll put that there. So I've got my tin of coffee. Nothing fancy. All right. Kettle. Helps if you have water. Just add a shot. Coffee and cake. I mean, really, it doesn't get much better than coffee and cake, does it? All right, let me have a look here. Yay to Susan, says Nicholas. Oh, that was about the 29 thumbs up. Turn your back around that way so you're not looking at my chin. Please do form in such a lovely stove. It is a lovely stove, isn't it? Lento, welcome in, my dear. Everyone is saying welcome. Ace says, Susan, if you can pop into making the home. I'll do that, Ace. Is it making the home? I'll have a look. You'll see Lauren, Joel, Chris, Texas Raider, Troy, and more. Okay. Oh, making it home. That's the live I was in the other day, wasn't it, Ace? And they had Gus, the dog. And I was in there for a little while and they had to go and pick Gus up from the vet. Is that the channel that you're talking about, Ace? I think it is. Because when I was reading the names there, I thought that sounds familiar to me. Yes, I will try and get back there. Because it was a really nice little community, just like our little community here. I've just got to coordinate, because I think they have their lives at a time of day where I'm normally outside doing farm work. So by the time I come in of an evening or early in the morning, they've either done their live or gone to bed. But I can do that. If I know when they are, I can make a point and set an alarm. Parker and Lily, welcome in. Hello, hello. So lovely to have you here. I've been making cupcakes. Let me show you Lento and Parker and Lily. So we started these on Thursday. So on Thursday we made the little bunny bottoms and the carrots and little tomatoes out of fondant icing. And then this morning I've made some buttercream and mixed it up, and then I piped it onto the cupcakes. So these are our little Easter cupcakes that I've been making here on the live this morning. And now I have a cuppa tea, and I'm going to enjoy a cup of tea and have a cupcake. I tell you, the water out of the kettle on the wood stove is so much hotter than out of an electric kettle. Right, so much hotter. At the top of the hour, 8 p.m. Okay, thank you. I'll look out for it, Ace. They are adorable. Parade performers can wave. Ace, can you? I'm sure Ace can wave. You can wave, can't you, Ace? Should I eat one? What do you reckon? Should I eat one? And if so, which one am I going to eat? Decisions. Yay! Everyone's saying yes, yes. Kirsty's saying yes. Nicholas is saying yes. Parker and Lily are definitely saying yes. Okay. So we're going to eat one. Gosh. Okay. Oh, yum. Well, I think I'm going to start with this chap because it has an oversized carrot. Realistically, we can't have a carrot that is bigger than the bunny. I don't think. So therefore, I think this is the one that I'm going to start with. So let's do it. Oh, did you see the, oh, you probably can't tell. They're Easter cups, Easter paper cups. So there's little Easter bunnies on them. Oh, look at it. There we go. All ready to be eaten. I think I'll start with the carrot. I'm going to eat a carrot. Oh man. This is good. Thank you, Ace. All right. Oh, it is. Parker and Lily, it is. Very nice. Look at Nicholas with all the emojis. You don't know if you could eat the bunny, though? I reckon I could. All right. I'm going to eat the bunny. I haven't even got to the cupcake yet. I'll eat it next. Okay, well, so far, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I don't think the bunnies visually were my best bunnies ever, but they certainly taste good. And ultimately, that is what matters, that they taste good. And of course that you have fun making them. You got to have fun making your food. I was going to say you got to have fun, or what's the point? I mean, obviously there is a point to making food because it sustains us, but it does help if you get enjoyment from the process. Okay. Yikes, hop away, bunny, says Parker and Lily. Dancing for joy, yes. Yes, well, you have to, don't you? Let me have a cuppa. Okay, because I've got to cleanse the palate before I move on into the cake proper. Oh, so nice. All right. Next one. We're going to bite into the cupcake. Are we ready to bite into the cupcake? Okay, here we go. Nice crumb. Don't know if you can see that. It's very moist. Look, when you bite into it, you can hear the moisture, but it's not overly wet. It's just right. It's just right. I did well. I've impressed myself, and that's always a good thing. Agree, fun is a must. Well, it is. Parker and Lily says, I made owls for fall and they turned out so cute. Oh. Okay. Well, is that the video of yours that I watched? I know I've been onto your channel a few times. I watch it on the TV of an evening sometimes. And I did watch one recently with owls, and I'm wondering if that was the one that I watched. If not, don't worry, I'll head across, because now you've said owls and edible owls, I will be there and I'll check it out. This is good. High five, Susan. Yes. Yes, I think so too, Nicholas. We've done well. I wish you could all have some of this with me. That's right. I think that is the one I watched then. Because I love almond. So owls with toasted almond feathers are a win-win. And I collect owls. Only a little bit left. In my bedroom, I have a table and it's covered with owl ornaments. I'm going to eat one of the tomatoes. Because it's all about balance, isn't it? You need to eat all your fruit and veg. And I'm eating my veg, even if they are fondant based. That's good. got plenty of buttercream left, so I could do another batch out of chocolate. Not today, and probably not on a live. But some of these will be given as gifts. Well, this is the second batch too, so some have already been given as gifts. Hello, hello, Shanster Travels. And Alexander Lapp is here as well. Alexander Lapp says, hello, Susan. Parker and Lily says, it was super great fun making the owls. Lento's given me a thumbs up. Thank you very much, Lento. I do appreciate that. They look delicious, says Alexander. Thank you. They taste delicious. I must say, they taste delicious. And the buttercream is quite rich, so I'm probably only going to need to have like one a day. Says I. It might end up being two. Not at the same time. Okay. How's the weather up here? The weather up here is... It is... It's 18.4 inside and it is 12.1 outside currently. And that's Celsius. That's not too bad. That's nice. I can deal with that. Ace is putting up Alexander's link and everyone's link because Ace is just so awesome. So how are you, Shannon? Where are you today? Are you on holidays? Are you back at home at the moment? Kirsty's saying hello to Shannon. Woodchucker Caleb, welcome in, my dear. You've just missed the greatest time. We were baking these. As new people come in, I have to show them off again, don't I? We've been making these. And I've just eaten one. So they're bunny bottoms and little tomatoes and carrots made out of fondant, and then the green grass I piped with buttercream. And I just tried one. And they're lovely. See, there's the evidence. And now I'm washing it down with a cup of coffee. Black coffee, of course. But welcome in, Woodchucker Caleb. It is lovely to see you again. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, thank you. You love cake, do you? You'd only need one because they're just so good. But don't worry though. I will have one for you. I promise. I'll have one for Nicholas too, and I'll have another one for Ace, and I'll have one for Kirsty. Nicholas, Ace, Kirsty, Caleb, Shannon. I reckon we've got enough. I reckon we've got enough. I could do that. I'll have one for each and every one of you. Oh yes, Shannon, I'll have one for you, certainly. I'd have to do that. So, I guess we're finished with the cakes, but tell me, peoples, for all of you who are now into your weekend, because even in the Northern Hemisphere, it's your weekend now, isn't it? What are you going to do with yourselves? Have you got any plans for the weekend? Are you going to be out and about and doing things, or are you going to be just sitting and relaxing at home? Today, I have to, some of my neighbours are popping up, clearly, but they're coming to buy 2 dozen eggs. I told all my egg customers that the chickens had stopped laying, and then I've got a single hen that has started laying again. So that's one of my Araucana hens, which is a blue egg layer. So they've they're coming up this afternoon to get 2 dozen blue eggs. And apart from that, I've got to stack firewood. I did about an hour of firewood stacking yesterday, but it was difficult. It was very cold, and I didn't mind the cold. When it's cold, I actually work better because I don't overheat. But it was so windy, and I was wearing a beanie, not this beanie that I'm wearing here. I've got another one that's sort of got flaps that cover your ears. But I found that as I've got older, the wind tends to give me a really bad earache now. So I was doing the firewood, and I was doing it for about an hour. Well, it was an hour because I set a timer. So I did an hour, and at that point, my left ear particularly, was starting to get a little bit achy. So I thought, yeah, look, time to call it. But we got a fair bit done. My daughter came and helped me, so there was 2 of us. So this afternoon I'll do another hour, and then I'll probably have a break, and then I'll probably do another hour, because some of the bits of wood are quite big. Like, for me to get my hand around can be hard, so you've got to like scoop it up and hold them, and you pile them on and you carry them in and you stack them up. But it's getting there. I just got to do a little bit every day. I'm not going to like kill myself in the effort, but you know, if I can do a bit every day, that's good. Ace says it's 52 here and 11 Celsius. It's almost the same, Ace, because it's 12 Celsius outside here. Lillian Park say blue eggs. How cool. Yeah, they are. I like having eggs all different colours. It's just a bit of fun. Move that around a little bit. What can we look at? What can you see? You can see a little bit of the stove while I talk to you. You can see the dial on the stove is all the way down to the bottom there. So it's nice and hot. It is on 175 at the moment. Celsius, that is. So perfect. Oh, yeah, no, it's perfect cake baking temperature. Woodchucker Caleb says, oh no, I was behind in the chat and I didn't hear anything you said. Oh. All right, so let's see. Shannon says, I'm catching up on my work for 3 weeks. So that's what you're going to do. That's what Shannon is going to do with her weekend. Parker and Lily say they're planting flowers and trimming trees and a few odds and ends. I'll probably be doing a bit of that too, I have to admit. Okay. Kirsty says, I'm going to be filling more raised beds and moving bricks. I'm going to be moving firewood, but it's heavy enough that it could be bricks. All righty, let me see. Nicholas says, I'm going to be doing the Swedish art of cleaning when I get round to it. Oh, kitty. Okay. All right. When I get round to it. Parker Lily says it was 98 here again. Shannon says I have another video of Dora and I'm looking at koalas in the wild on Monday night. Yes, you can give it a go. Hang on, I'll need to I'll need to, no, I can't. I'm not sure why, Shannon, I can't make you a moderator at the moment. It's not giving me the option. And I don't think you can post it if you're not a moderator. I'll pop it in the pinned comments, maybe. I'll do a comment. So Nicholas, Parker and Lily says Saturday night church and Sunday morning. I like nighttime, Joshua. Nighttime's cozy. Nighttime's safe. And for me, especially being on a farm, nighttime is when I can have a bit of a rest. Nicholas says, I'm doing some emergency volunteering phone help for the Australian Red Cross that are helping with overseas things. Thankfully, I can do it at home in the office. Well, that's good. Ace says, I have sleep apnea and I sleep in the day, Joshua. Okay. Okay. Well, it sounds like everyone's got fantastic weekends planned. As I said, I'm going to be selling eggs and stacking wood, and I will, of course, be bringing firewood down to the house to keep the stove going. And then tomorrow, Sunday, I try on a Sunday to have a little bit of a rest day. In the morning I get up, I have about 4 or 5 friends that I write to almost every single day, and I write to each of them. And once I've done that, I'll sit down and I'll answer some of my YouTube comments. I always answer every single comment. I answer every single comment. But sometimes it takes me a few days. So I think at the moment I'm 3 days behind with my comments. So this afternoon I'll probably answer all the ones that are 3 days old, and then tomorrow I might answer all the ones that are 2 days old, and keep going. So every day I'll spend a little bit of time catching up on the comments, but it might take me 2 or 3 days to get to, but I'll always answer in the end. And usually under a week, usually under 3 or 4 days, if I'm honest. So I'll be doing that in the morning. But once I've done that, it is my plan. I'm going to get the other fire going because we've got another fire over there on the other side of the room. And I am going to get that fire going, and I'm going to put my feet up and I'm going to put on Netflix and I'm going to watch something. I might watch Shadow and Bone because I was partway through that series. I've watched the first series. I haven't watched the second one yet. So I'll watch the second, or start at least watching the second series of Shadow and Bone. And I'm just going to have a nice restful day and eat the occasional cupcake and drink coffee. And then next week, Monday, I think we've got the fencing contractor due next week, either Monday or Tuesday, and he's going to be coming in and he is going to put in a brand new fence because I'm getting that brand new veggie garden set up. So once the fence is up, we're going to put a farm gate in there as well, so that if I need to ever, at any point in the future, want to get topsoil brought in or mulch brought in or toppings around the garden beds and anything like that, at least I can get a truck in, get it delivered. They can back into the veggie garden, tip it up, put it out, rather than me having to like wheelbarrow stuff in from outside. So going to be a farm gate put in, a 3.6 metre gate in the fence around the veggie garden. And then once that's done, folks, we're going to start setting up the garden beds. I'm going to get 2, it depends on money and availability, but either 2 or 4 raised garden beds straight away. I've got to get them in kit form and build them. And then also Kevin, who comes up here on a Friday, he has a rotary hoe. So he's going to bring his rotary hoe up, and then we'll sort of prepare some garden beds in the ground as well. And they're the ones which ultimately will probably have things in them like all my rhubarb plants. I've got 6 to 8 big rhubarb crowns that I need to dig up and move. I've got probably 4 huge asparagus plants or asparagus crowns that I also need to move in the winter. They're not quite dormant yet, but they're going into dormancy. So they will go into garden beds that are at ground level. And what else do I need to move? I've got to move the rhubarb, I've got to move the asparagus. Oh, and the other garden bed, which is going to be on the ground, will be for wheat ultimately, because I make my own bread and I want to have a go at growing the wheat and then harvesting it, milling it, or chucking it first, then milling it. And I want to make, in my life, even if I only do it once, I want to at least once in my life make a loaf of bread that I've done completely from scratch, right from growing the wheat. I'm not necessarily saying that I'm going to do it like that every time, forever and ever, but I think it's something I'd like to try at least once, and then I'll decide after that if it's really worth the effort, or I just keep buying in bulk bread flour. Nicholas Scrollo says he watched Gosford Park. Susan, will you be working in 23 minutes? How long ago did you say that, Ace? I'm probably going to be doing this live for maybe another 5 to 10 minutes. So once I get off, I can go over and have a look. Shannon says, sometimes I get so behind with the comments. It's easy to do. Alexander Lapp says, Saturday I plan to dig trees out in the cold. Well, Alexander, you won't be feeling cold for too long then, will you? Once you start doing that, you'll warm up very quickly. Nicholas says he watched Gosford Park. I don't know that, Nicholas. He says, I haven't watched a full movie in so long. You know, it's funny. My daughter and I were talking the other night about The Hound of the Baskervilles, which I know is a very, very, very old film. And I remember watching that when I was a kid, and I loved The Hound of the Baskervilles. I love Sherlock Holmes. I love, I like a lot of different types of genres of films and movies, but because I love history, I do like anything that's got a bit of a historical lean to it, so something like a period piece, as they say. And I love a mystery. I love a good mystery, so I love Sherlock Holmes. And I used to love Hound of the Baskervilles. I think when I was really little, that was one of my favourite Sherlock Holmes stories. And when my daughter was about, I don't know, 12 or 13, we sat down and watched it together. And we were just saying yesterday, we have to sit down and watch Hound of the Baskervilles again. And the other one I want to watch, again, incredibly old film, Jamaica Inn. I love Jamaica Inn. Nicholas says, this is my chill time. I always schedule Susan. Oh, thank you. Nicholas says, I was at a movie premiere of Ryan Gosling in some silly movie at opening night last Monday. It only lasted 18 minutes and then had to leave to deal with work. Oh, no. I had around to it before, says Ace. Okay, my secretary even knows it's my chill time with Susan. Okay, oh, that's good, Nicholas. It's good that everyone's getting trained. Alexander says the plants are slowly coming out of dormancy here. Top of the hour. Okay, Ace, I'll be there. Alexander says, I used to read Sherlock Holmes. Yeah. Yes, I like Sherlock Holmes. And I like some of the Agatha, the Agatha Christie's, the Inspector Poirot and all of them. Good fun if I do say so myself. But my friends, I think it's time we wrap up this live. If you haven't given it a thumbs up yet, I would love it if you could. And if you liked my cupcakes, there you are. You can have one each. But I hope you all have a lovely day if you're here in Australia. I hope you all have a lovely sleep, a good night, a good refreshing night's sleep for those of you who are about to go to bed in the Northern Hemisphere. But importantly, I hope all of us have a safe and wonderful weekend. And I would like to thank you all so much for being here with me, keeping me company while we decorated our cakes. And I'll see you all on the next one, which will be in 2 days. 2 days? 3 days. 3 days. On Tuesday, my time. Monday night, your time. And I'll see you all again soon. Good night and good day, everyone. Bye. I love you all. See you later. Thank you for being here.